Let me show you now how these tools can be used on a real world example. So this is Multigo. Multigo is cool. It lets you build different type of graphs about what the infrastructure looks like and what the client's assets are. So let's use yahoo.com example, just because it has a very cool bug bounty program published on HackerOne. So basically wildcard.yahoo.com. I'm not saying it's your playground, but it's legal to try find vulnerabilities in that domain, okay, and every subdomain of it. So here we have the graph. Normally it looks like this, yeah, so we have entity palette here, overview window here. I'll show you how it all works out. So let's start from just having a website. Okay, so everyone knows that Yahoo at least has a website. So from this almost zero knowledge, we can start transforming things. Yeah, so let's do transformation to domain. Yeah, now we have this domain name, and for every domain on the internet to be useful, it has at least to have mail servers assigned to it and name servers to resolve the subdomains, right? So let's start from here. As you see, there is quite a few, and where all the mail is sent, it is sent here. So this is already quite something, but let's proceed further and find some common DNS names. Okay, there are some. And let's also use this one. It will give us something, or not? It will. Okay, so yeah, you see the things get a little bit messy here, so we can either zoom to fit or make it look like this, remove all the panes. When it begins to not fit into one window, you will have to use this overview pane, right? So there is a lens, you can just browse all the graph like this. But for now, let's make it simple. And yeah, so there are different things we can do from here, but let's change the type. Yeah, so let's just reformat everything to DNS names, because that's what they are. We see this nice grouping here. That's been added in the latest version, so let's just resolve everything to IP addresses. So Multigo is now already doing some work. The one not very pleasant thing about it is that it's in Java. Okay, so you probably already hear my fans trying to manage all that additional work they have. Okay, so we have a bunch of IP addresses. Let's select all of them. Okay, here we are, and let's figure out what net blocks they belong to. Okay, so just based on the routing info, we can generalize over what net blocks, what IP ranges are there. Takes some time for it to figure out, but in the end we will have a bunch of net ranges. Yeah, apparently we can start scanning, ping scanning, and enumerating the additional hosts that belong to these IP ranges, but let's not do that for now. Let's first validate the scope, right? So let's select a bunch of net blocks and transform them to autonomous system numbers in order to see some legal information. Okay, so AS numbers can be queried for registration information, right? And from here we can validate that everything except for this address, yeah, it belongs to Yahoo or different branches in different locations, but this is basically a rec space area somewhere in Dallas. So maybe we want to touch that to stay within legal boundaries. This is Yahoo. This is some null address, but yeah, this is the zero autonomous number. It's very virtual. We will not have to use it. Everything else is pretty much belonging to Yahoo, so we can go further. And continue our bug bounty endeavors. Let's deal with the rest of them. Yeah, Yahoo, Taiwan. Yeah, cool. So we'll just remove the things we don't need in one touch and proceed with everything else, which is kind of cool. So in a few minutes we will have done a complete investigation of everything available on a smaller scale, but still we have an idea of what the net blocks are, and we have verified that all of them belong to Yahoo. So yeah, I think I hope I've impressed you with Maltego and you will be interested enough to go download it and play with it around. Okay, so let's look at what metadata can be interesting for penetration testers, and let's use FOCA and hope it won't crash during the recording. So I have created already the project. I have put the name of it and the main domain here, and we can start searching for all these different type of file extensions using these two methods. I bet it will take some time. So here we already can review the results. Yeah, and the number of documents is large. Yahoo obviously is sharing a lot of data. Yeah, but just let's stop it for now. I think that would be quite enough. Yeah, so in order to analyze metadata, we'll have to download some files. And while they are still downloading, we can start extracting metadata. Okay, so we will have already some results. For example, different versions of Microsoft Office used for that. These two might be very interesting. I bet I bet the files are old and this is not used in Yahoo anymore, but you never know. Okay, we'll extract some more. Have some updates here, right? Someone is definitely using OpenOffice. Usernames are like this. This may be of interest. This is kind of cool. This is 2. This is something technical, most probably. This is already a guess of naming convention for login names. This is interesting. Default username. This is always of interest to us. Okay. Have we anything else? extracting, getting user updates, software versions, folder names where that stuff was saved while edited. Okay, so you get the idea. In the end, there will be a whole bunch of different values here and here, and these two are probably the most important. Yeah, this is important too. However, I think that contemporary enterprises are more or less up to date with the Windows updates, but still, again, you never know. Let's wait until it finishes. And yeah, it's just a very small portion of documents on the website. This takes a lot of time, so it won't be downloaded anyway. Any updates? Yeah, software. Okay. Very old Photoshop version. Different operating systems. Vista, XP, Server 2000. So this is gold. And this is the ranking of public activity of every individual, right? So very valuable information when it comes to social engineering attack vector. Okay, I hope that will inspire you to go further and search for Foca online and get the idea of what are the different things you can do about it beyond that.